Product liability is when a product causes injury to a person. And there's a numerous ways that can happen. We've seen in the news tires that have been defectively manufactured or designed that have caused rollovers. You may have heard about that in the news. Cigarettes have that causing damage, causing injury, causing death. That's considered a product liability case. Now, in Florida, we have a very strong laws against product liability. We have laws that basically bring accountability to various companies for creating, bringing to the market products that cause injury to people. In Florida, we have something called strict liability, and that law basically says that if a product is defective and that defect leads to an injury, the manufacturer of that product is liable for it, regardless of whether it was a danger that the manufacturer knew about or not. Normally that would be considered negligence, that the person knew or should have known that they were going to be doing something that would injure somebody. There's no requirement in the law when it comes to strict liability. Strict liability means if that product is defective and it caused injury, they're responsible for it. But what's interesting too is that Florida applies this strict liability not just to the manufacturer, but they apply it to the manufacturer, they apply it to the distributor, they apply it to the seller. So, for example, if you buy a product, a yogurt at Publix, and that gets you sick, Publix is responsible for it. Even if it was the fault of the manufacturer, Publix is still liable for it. So we have a lot of protections in Florida. If you get injured by a product, there's normally somebody that you can go after, because even if it's the manufacturers all the way in China, the distributor who brings it in from China, imports it into China, and then distributes it to retailers across the country, that retailer is responsible for it. Not only is that retailer responsible for it, but the seller, the store owner, is responsible for that.